Job Vlog.
Okay guys, it's time to merge this week's movie reviews together. We had a James Woods, then we have a Robert De Niro. Now we got James Woods and Robert De Niro. As I watched this on Netflix, Once Upon a Time in America from 1984, directed by Sergio Leone. I think that's how it's pronounced. Sergio Leone. I'm saying it both ways so I don't get chewed out. It's usually easy for me to rail against a movie that's out of chronological order for the hell of it, and in Once Upon a Time in America, your initial impression may be it's doing this for the hell of getting Robert De Niro into the movie as quickly as possible before you fall asleep. I hate the bulletproofing this can have on characters, but since the story resumes with revelations in the future, this sin is avoided. The cut shown on Netflix is the super director approved European theatrical release at 229 minutes. That's nearly 4 hours long. Yeah, 4 hours. Face it, American distributor Warner Brothers' choice to rearrange the film in chronological order and trim 90 minutes was a good call. Now I realize that version is critically derided, and I can't see it because it's not available, but 3 hours 50 minutes is not commercially viable. Today, we'd call this a weekend binge watch on Netflix, as a series, but in 1984, you're expecting to put your butts in seats, save for a late in film intermission. This is too long for humans to be engaged. With that said, don't be surprised if they make a Netflix series out of this. It would take an hour to break down the plot, so here's a quick summary. Robert De Niro plays this Jewish mobster guy, a street tough. His name's Noodles. In the days of old, it's like, what, maybe 1910s, New York City, Brooklyn. He's going around doing petty stuff, shaking down people, meets the young James Woods. They become fast friends. They rise up through the ranks, take out this guy, Bugsy, who killed one of their friends. Robert De Niro evidently does time for this. I mean, he stabbed a cop too, but okay. Once released from prison, Noodles discovers that his pals are the top mobsters in town during the Prohibition era. You also have the first ever screen debut of Jennifer Connelly, and she looks, can I say fine here? She looks underage. And once her derriere is exposed, maybe that is the tip that this movie is going to get creepy fast. Look, it's really hard to align with a protagonist who just hooks up with some hooker that all of his friends are sharing, and then engages in multiple rapes. That's right, these guys go around shooting people. I'm okay with that, that's what mobsters do. They had it coming. You're a mobster, I'm a mobster. We shoot you with the Tommy gun. That's how it works. Oh, but let's just side rape everybody, huh? Oh, also, Elizabeth McGovern, not nearly as hot as Jennifer Connelly would be. I can't actually believe that they're the same character. If anything really makes this movie, it's the score. Ennio Morricone's score is great. It carries all of the dramatic weight throughout this movie. Even scenes that don't make sense are suddenly more engaging. I thought that for the most part, the twist at the end was well preserved. I didn't entirely see it coming, but maybe they showed a little too much too early. You could have trimmed this out, you know, maybe make it just a 3-hour movie. Made that reveal a little more impactful, though I gotta tell you, our parting sequence with the garbage truck doesn't make a lot of sense. Even if somebody was looking to suicide, jumping into a garbage truck that is shredding garbage, probably gonna be some sounds made from that person. I think enough time was spent on, what was it, 60s or 70s Noodles, thinking about yesteryear and the fondness for the old days, the roaring 20s or 30s or whichever it was. Yeah, I think enough time was spent on that I didn't need to constantly be reminded that, you know, even at the end that, oh hey, we have people running around like flapper girls, and you know, oh, maybe he was just kind of dreaming up because he's thinking about old times, and oh, you didn't get the message that he's thinking about the past nonstop? Well, don't worry, the Beatles track Yesterday will constantly be playing in one form or the other. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, not a whole lot of this movie made a ton of sense. There's an opening murder at the beginning of the movie. Turns out just some random, non-developed side chick. So what significance was it to show her getting killed or even existing in the first place? Honestly, you have almost 4 hours to develop every character. I expect a little more. It is with a heavy heart I give the gangster rape fantasy Once Upon a Time in America 2 out of 4 stars. Yeah, I know, this is where you unsubscribe. So we're at the part of the video where I have to beg you to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because subscribe doesn't really account to anything other than YouTube might someday send me a plaque.